know any other shortcuts?
I didn't say it was a shortcut. I just said it wouldn't take us very much out of our way.
I stand corrected. Let's go visit these two swinging chicks that used to write to the wounded war hero.
Where'd they get your address? From the Lonely Hearts Club? Dear Mr. Man, how are you? I hope fine. My alligator just had kittens. Hope to hear the same from you. Well, I'm corny enough to believe that when a guy is holding a job open for you, it's kind of a nice gesture to show up the same year.
I had to drag you kicking and screaming all the way.
Where you going?
Well, I figure I'll walk down to the highway and call a garage.
That's 14 miles.
2 hours at a dog trot. My socks sold out. Far less wear and tear than sitting here listening to you discuss labor management relations. In case one of us gets lost.
Yeah. I'll meet you at the Nautilus Motel in Cape Coral.
Right.
What'd you say, buddy? Where you going?
Nearest phone. Car ran out of gas.
Oh, well, now I know a fella's got a gas station down the road. Treat you real nice when he sees you're a friend of mine.
Well, I don't want to take you out of your way.
No. No trouble at all.
You know what? We hadn't had a wink of sleep. How long you say?
No, 24 hours.
48 hours. You know, if you catch me dozing off, you better give me a nudge or we're gonna buy us a drink of swamp water.
Well, do you want me to drive for a while?
Now, I told you he looked like a nice, clean-cut fella, didn't I?
You know, fella, the folks at the motel next door, they had that radio going on and on and on all night. Now, I like good country music as well as the next fella, but too much of a good thing is just too much. You know what I mean?
We sure appreciate you doing this for us. Where are you from?
Texas?
Never heard of it.
Well, like I say, we sure appreciate you doing this.
Well, it beats walking.
Send me a letter, send it by mail.
Pull up front there for a second. I want to get a pack of cigarettes.
Well, here, I got some.
No, that's all right. Actually, what I want is a nice, cool drink of soda pop. Yeah. Do you good to stretch your legs.
Why don't I just get out here and call the garage?
No, that's okay. It's just up the road. I'll tell you what, I'll bring you back a nice cool bottle of raspberry pop. I'd like to park here, mister.
Okay, I'll be gone in a minute.
Lord, I hope to tell you I was. One of them says to me, honey, you a mighty attractive woman. And any other time I'd die sooner than say one word to offend you. But I need that money. And I ain't got time to fool around with you. And I want you to know that we are two desperate men. And we would shoot you soon as look at you.
I come out of the office back there with my .38, and I ordered them to put up their hands. Only they wouldn't. So naturally, I start shooting.
Well, I was standing right here looking into the muzzle of his gun, and I just lay right down on the floor and prayed. Excuse me. Excuse me. Help you, sir?
Yeah, I'd like a room.
Single?
No, a double. I'm meeting a friend of mine here. He might be here already. Case? Lincoln Case? He's got dark hair. He's in his middle 20s. He was wearing a brown leather jacket.
I saw him. He's the one who was driving that getaway car.
No, this guy's a friend of mine. I'm supposed to meet him here.
I tell you, he was driving their car, a young fella in a brown leather jacket.
What's your friend's name?
Lincoln Case. Look, it couldn't be him. I was with him all morning up until 10 o'clock.
Holdup took place at 10:55. See your identification?
Just as plain as day, I saw him. And when I tried to stop him with my bare hands, he tried to run me down like a dog, deliberately. If I hadn't jumped out of the way, I'd be a dead man right this minute.
Well, we got the roadblocks out and the helicopters. Reckon we'll see him soon enough. Dead or alive.
Still want a double room?
Yeah, still.
That'll be $10 in advance, please.
Want me to get the bags out of the car, sir?
No, thanks. I'll get him myself.
What's he got to be so about?
You heard, bad boy. Pull over behind that billboard.
I think you better let me have your gun now, Albert. All right, beat it.
What are you gonna do about him?
He ain't your worry.
You can't take him to a doctor.
We're on the way to the doctor right now, ain't we, Charlie?
He called the police while you were still on the table.
Are you gonna take a walk, or do we have to scrape you off the dashboard?
Save one for your buddy! He's gonna die unless he gets that bleeding stopped right quick!
Charlie, I ain't gonna be late for the wedding, am I?
I told you, don't worry. Did it break a bone? Maybe enough to save his life if that's what you want.
Oh, Charlie, I'm hurting.
Well, all right. I mean, if you can fix him up, it's all right. You can come on out. Look, I won't shoot you. I don't think there are any broken bones. Pressure bandage should do it. Of course, the dressing will have to be changed every couple hours.
Can you do that?
Not with that 38 looking at me.
Charlie?
All right. Okay, fella, go ahead. You just understand the rules. You take away that pain that he's got, or these guns are gonna start shooting again. So you just think for a minute if maybe you are better off behind those trees.
Do you have a first aid kit?
Well, now, I just don't know.
Don't you know what's in your own car?
You're pretty pushy for a hitchhiker.
Oh, Charlie, I'm hurting. If you can't help me, at least let him do it.
Well, what's he know about? You think he knows more than I do? Come on, give me a hand.
You ain't sorry at me, are you, Charlie?
No, you go ahead. You want him to walk into church, be your best man, go ahead. Ain't no skin off my teeth.
Charlie, you know, you're the only skin I got.
Yeah, I know. That's what you always say.
You know, I wished it was this morning again. You know, I was so dang happy this morning. You stand waiting for me outside the stockade, telling me about Lucy Joy. I see all the time she's finding her poor little heart out. No, I don't even care if she didn't have the right me, because her daddy wouldn't let her. You know, I was so full of love for the whole world. Everything started going wrong again.
Alvin, that was you that said you'd be ashamed to go into the church with a $20 suit. Not enough tin in your pocket to buy a bunch of lilies of the valley for the bride. Man, the wedding's 10:30 tomorrow morning. How else you figure on getting rich? Picking peaches?
Oh, who will kiss her ruby lip? Who will take care of her? Who will cheer my bonny bride when they have slain her love?
All right, go ahead. Show us what you can do.
All right, I want you to remember one thing. I think the world of this boy, and if it weren't for your bragging about how you could fix him up without a first aid kit or anything, I might have got him to a doctor on time. Now it's all your responsibility, whether he lives or dies. How's that feel, boy?
Not good.
How do we know that stuff ain't some kind of deadly poison? Make you insane, give you some kind of disease? Look, you answer me this. Has he been a lifelong friend of yours, related to you by blood ties, or have I?
You, Charlie, nobody else.
Have I ever steered you wrong? If I did, I'd go away and never bother you again.
Oh, you never. Do you remember that time that you boosted me up through the schoolhouse window so I could burn the test papers, and somehow the whole building caught on fire and I was caught and I started crying? You was nowhere to be seen, so I know I just jumped out and I broke my ankle. You remember?
You always did have an angel face. And when they pick you up, they said, get Charlie. Charlie put you up to it. What are you looking at, jackass?
Get the gin.
Charlie, I never told nobody. Now, did I?
Get it!
You know, her name is Lucy Joy McGinley, and she is just as pretty as a picture. I'm the only boss she ever looked at. I'll kill any man that says otherwise.
No, I don't trust you. I think all you want to do is hurt that boy. Get up. Over there. Yeah, now, you take it. Keep an eye on that boy. I'm gonna fix this up the way I seen old Grandpapa do it. Good. Hey! I didn't mean to upset you, Texas. Go ahead, finish it up now. I cleaned it out. How's it feel, Alvin? Nice and cool?
Uh-huh.
For helicopters after dark. One pair of headlights looks just like any other. Just keep one man handy in case we need to go someplace in a hurry. Okay. Talk to you later. Well? Did you find your friend?
No, did you? I checked the hospitals.
You know, there are things other than injuries that might take a young fella's mind off of meeting his buddy.
She'd have a phone, though, wouldn't she?
You carry a picture of your friend with you? Oh, not that pretty, huh?
If you hear something, I'll be at the motel.
Sheriff Lemoyne. I'll be home when I'm home. It'll just have to get cold, that's all.
Excuse me. I remembered this.
That would be a great help.
Yeah, I bet you'd like it.
Helicopter.
Now, how come you don't want us to get caught, boy?
Bridegroom needs every chance he can get.
You keep an eye on the boy. I'm gonna go get me a fresh car.
Wait a minute. Man would have to be soft in the head to stop for a hitchhiker around here.
So?
I'll stop one for you.
How?
Trick I learned from the guerrillas in Vietnam.
Yeah?
Had a man lie down on the road like he was wounded. Our driver would stop, walk over, and...
And you boys fell for that? Hey, if you saw a man lying on the side of the road, would you stop for him?
Yeah. Some people never learn, do they?
That's right.
Hey, fella? You all right, fella? A couple of fellas holding a gun on me. They killed a man at Cape Coral, heading for Eubanks. Church wedding tomorrow morning. Can you remember that? What are you talking about? I'm sorry.
Come in!
Well, that friend of yours turned up. This gentleman recognized him from that picture you gave us.
Where is he?
We haven't got him yet.
How can you make a positive identification from that dopey picture? It wasn't even in focus. We laid down right there in the middle of the road like he'd been hurt. Now, like a fool, I stopped and I go over there and try to see what aid I could render the poor unfortunate victim. Next thing I know, I'm lying over there beside the road with my head throbbing like a hornet's nest, and my brand new car's gone. Who knows where? That doesn't make any sense. Sheriff, my head's splitting. I'm gonna go on home and lie down.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. You look like a boy from a good home. Probably never had much experience of the world. Well, let an older man give you some words of advice. The world is full of evil companions. Just a-waiting to find someone good-natured and unworldly to leech onto, and sometimes even lead them right down their own evil path. Now, you get yourself a good night's sleep. And first thing in the morning, you go downstairs to the lobby, put a dime in the payphone and make yourself a collect call to that mother or that sweetheart of yours that's probably sitting home crying her eyes out waiting for you. Good night.
Everything all right, sir?
Oh, yeah. Everything's just great.
Well, good night, sir.
You know, in the olden days, when some commonest dirt redneck like me fell in love with a princess and her daddy didn't want him messing around, well, he'd go ahead and set him a task. Isn't that right, Charlie?
Yeah, I showed it to you in the book, didn't I?
Uh-huh. And he'd say, go kill me a dragon, right? Or go join the army and slay the infidel, bring me back one of their heads. Well, that's what I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you bet you lie.
Just like in the book. If that redneck come back from the wars all covered with glory, well, that king just doesn't have no choice but let him marry the princess. That right?
That's right.
I mean, he just wouldn't be no kind of king if he was Welch out on a deal like that.
Pull up, quick!
It's too late. They've already seen us.
You better talk good, boy.
See your license, mister?
What'd I do, 55 and a 45 miles on?
A couple of boys pulled a holdup at the Nautilus Motel yesterday. Supposed to have been 3 men driving a station wagon. Well, we're 3 men, but we didn't hold up any motel. Not that I haven't been tempted. Stayed in one last night. The people next door had the radio going all night long. Now, I enjoy good country music as well as the next man, but you know what they say about too much of a good thing. You better step on out and let me have a look at you just the same. Are you coming on out?
Yes, sir. Be kind enough to make a right turn there, boy. Get into that dust. That's very good, boy. Now you double back the way we come. Forget about him. Get on your way. We got all the help we need.
Charlie, I'm bleeding again, boy.
Go on, get out.
Come on, Charlie.
Don't look like you're getting to the wedding after all.
Hey, now, you said you promised you wouldn't kill him?
Oh, I just played.
Charlie, he can stop this bleeding. That granddaddy's cure didn't help very much.
Now look what you made me do. Hey, Texas, where are you? Texas? Better come out of there. A lot of snakes in there. Texas?
Have you seen him? I'm leaving, Charlie. This boy's gonna die. You're gonna kill him either here at the wedding, so it might as well be here.
Well, now, that's a lie. Howell, you don't believe that, do you? No need to save that boy from me nor nobody. You don't need no saving. He wasn't making that up about the dragons. He killed himself a dragon, like I said, when he went into the army like it was supposed to. Wasn't his fault that there were no infidel heads for him to come back with. Everything he done just for one thing, so as he could marry up with Lucy Joy McGinley. And that's what he's gonna do, Texas, and you nor nobody else is gonna stop me from helping him. 'Cause I love that boy. I owe it to him.
What time's the wedding?
10:30?
Get the suitcase. There's stuff in there for bandages. I'll need it.
You get it. I'll take care of him. We'll see if we can't get him cleaned up. Man ought to be clean for his wedding.
What's the matter?
Hey, I remember now what your friend said.
What was it?
Just before he slugged me, he said that they were going to go to a town called Wedding. No, they were going to a wedding in a town called Eubanks this morning.
How far is that from here?
I never heard of it.
Come on, excuse me.
Well, y'all come back soon, you hear?
Oh, who will kiss her ruby lips, and who will take care of her? Who will cheer my bonny bride when they have slain her lover?
You think he can make it through the wedding?
Can't not.
Why?
Because she'd be married to someone else.
You mean it's not your wedding?
Well, I'm going to make it mine. Ain't no power in heaven is going to stop that from happening.
Oh, man. Don't you think she might have something to say about that?
Well, she told Charlie. Charlie told me.
That's right. When her old man heard that Alvin was getting out of the army, why, he didn't give her any time even to sew a wedding dress. Bought it right out of the mail order catalog.
What about the groom? You get him out of the catalog, too?
Are you calling me a liar, boy?
Did she send you a Dear John?
No, she didn't write not once to say her daddy wouldn't let her. I wouldn't have known about it if old Charlie hadn't come up and given me the news.
That was nice of him.
Charlie ain't a fair weather friend. He'd tell you the truth even if it hurts.
And it hurt.
Hurt? I went hog wild. I got drunk, got in a fight with some civilians. Then Charlie come, we got on a bus, and we was gonna go home and raise Cain, only a squad of MPs come and took me off. I was in a stockade for 2 months, 1 week, 4 days. Well, if it hadn't been for Charlie trying to keep up my spirits, giving my love to Lucy Joy, I'm telling you the truth, I would have come out of there a wild animal.
How did you come out?
I came out full of love for Lucy Joy, for the whole world.
The motel, was that for the love of the whole world, too?
Well, let me tell you something, mister. I'd go through hellfire, I'd crawl over broken glass, I'd wade through blood knee-deep just to get to stand next to her in that church.
Come on, Russian brides wait.
Just leave the suitcase.
Yeah? Come on out a minute. Just got a call. Alva and Charlie are on their way here. Shot a man yesterday. Don't know what they're up to once they get here.
Well, deputize a few men.
Daddy, anything wrong?
Nothing wrong, honey. You go on upstairs till I call you.
Maybe you can see about putting off the wedding, at least for a couple of hours.
You take care of your obligations. I'll take care of mine.
Easy.
Thank you.
Alva?
Yeah.
Marriage is a divine appointment instituted by our beneficent Creator in the Garden of Eden when looking upon man in his loneliness, he said, "It is not good that the man should dwell alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him." So he took woman out of the side of man and presented her to him to be his wife. And Adam said, "She is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh." Although this state brings us so many joys, it is also attended by many grave responsibilities. The Word of God teaches that the husband must love, honor, and cherish his wife, and that she in turn must love, cherish, and reverence her husband. That each one, forsaking every one else, must cleave to the other in sickness and in health, in poverty, in wealth, till death do them part. If any of you know just cause or just impediment why these two persons should not be joined together in holy matrimony, let him speak now or forever hold his peace.
You got plenty of reason now, boy. Go ahead.
Alva! Alva! What kind of a yellow-bellied turnip are you, anyway? Get back in there.
She was happy. She looked happy with him. You'll see, it was all lies, everything she ever told Charlie to tell me.
Maybe she never told him anything. Poor Charlie was always standing in your shadow. And you with the face of an angel. Isn't that what he said?
He's my only friend.
He needs you, Alva. Hating you's all he has. You don't need him.
And I'd still like to put a bullet in her daddy's fat gut.
Alva?
Goodbye, old Charlie boy. I just want to wish you all the happiness in the world.
I heard there's a place down the road where you can save a penny a gallon.
presentation, Herbert B. Leonard, executive producer.